What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug. Welcome back to WWE SmackDown. Here comes the Fiend, Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City in more ways than one. And yesterday, we got Scott Steiner. Today, can we get Victoria added to this faction that's, yes, not the lady to mess with. Here we go. I heard you want me to be your manager. I saw you kissing Tori. Don't be shy. You just come over here and talk to me. I'm not gonna bite. Of course I'll do it. Thanks, Victoria. Let's show everybody what we got in tonight's match. The Fiend, Freakzilla, and Victoria. That is a faction indeed. Anybody backstage, training room, no. Mr. Nash, I'm going to avoid you and not lose some SP to some nonsense. Let's just go to the ring and have a match for once. So another tag team match playa, Batista Goldberg versus Fiend and Steiner with Victoria. But also, we got a fatal four-way here. And who wins that? It's going to be Bubba Ray Dudley, and he pinned Randy Orton. Also, an IC triple threat, Rock, Austin, and Jericho. And Rock retains that title. Keep it warm, Rock, because the Fiend is coming for you. But let's play this tag team match play-up. You would have thought that Goldberg would have had more than his fill of the Fiend yesterday, but that's not the case. He found a new tag team partner after Nash bailed on him, which he should have, and now he has Batista. And Batista, to my understanding, should be walking alone into the pit of danger. So, I don't know, man. In any event, think Batista is currently the world champion? Yes, he is. So, Batista, after The Rock, you are next. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Anyhow, welcome to a fine Tuesday on the program. Currently, for those keeping track, my Xbox Series X is out for delivery. So hopefully by the time this goes up, I'll have that in my hands and making videos on that whole thing soon. Soon, and then hopefully PS5 end of the week, Thursday-ish. I'm not going to guarantee it, but that is indeed the plan moving forward. And the plan here is Big Dave, you're going down, Batista. Anyhow, so before I get into Raw from last night, we do have some things to discuss. Number one, that there's been some more backstage releases in WWE, and the most notable name there is Tony Chimel, aka Mr. Rated R Superstar, is no longer there, but he was doing backstage stuff, and most of his stuff he was doing backstage involved live events. And considering you haven't had live events since like February, then yeah, your position's going to be in a bit of a thing there. In a bit of trouble there, if nothing else. So that one is not surprising, but a shame, because he's been there for a long time, and, you know, whenever you have Edge back in the ring, I want to hear Tony Chimel. Seriously. That's what should be happening, but hey, we'll see. They could have him in for a one-off appearance for Edge at Mania, wouldn't surprise me, next year. But, be that as it may here, as The Fiend goes up against the current, oh no! The current world champion, and took a shot there at Oldberg, which was well-deserved, Oldberg. Well-deserved, after that whole nonsense at Crown Jewel, or whatever it was. But also, Mandible Claw on Big Dave. Now then, we also had an interview with one Cody Rhodes, who is now Cody Rhodes, saying that when he finishes his in-ring career, he wants to run for office in Georgia as a senator. And, of course, a lot of folks are going to laugh at that, right? But they laughed at Ventura, and they laughed at Kane, and they both got into office. I wouldn't rule it out, but I will say if you're running for an office, and certainly one of the higher offices in the land, then one thing that may sway some voters against you is a big, stupid neck tattoo, Mr. Rhodes. That's all I'll say. Anyhow, moving on. Even if that tattoo is red, white, and blue, it's still a big, dumb-looking neck tattoo. Like, in this country, that is still frowned upon, in a lot of ways. So, Certainly for those seeking office, is all I'll say, right? Anywhere else on your body, fine, but on your head or your neck or your face, no. Anyhow, Batista, we gonna do this thing, suplex style, and then I will mandible claw you now, and hopefully you will give up. Mandible claw, give up, Dave. No. All right. Well, Steiner, help me out here. Take care of Goldberg. Steiner, you're useless. Victoria, what are you doing down here? Seriously. But if we keep Dave from, nice. That was nice. Count it, ref. Count, referee. That's like a 5, 6, 7, 8. But there you go. 3 count. And the Fiend has pinned the current World Heavyweight Champion. This faction wants all the gold. Him takes to the ring for the first time with Victoria, the current Women's Champion. Damn. If Victoria's with them, then I'm joining too. King, she's too old for you. Relax. Wait a minute. The former Hardcore Champion Chris Jericho coming down to the ring. What does he want? I assume his belt back, I guess. He wants the bubbly. Alright, what do we got here? Him, I want to join your faction. You want to join the Fiendish Circle? I can represent. I won't disappoint you. Do I get a choice here? Or... You know what? Chris Jericho, Victoria's like, huh? She's like, I don't know what to do here. Look, this might come back to bite me in the ass, but we're going to do it. Him is shaking his hand. We're going to dominate this beardness with the Demo God. Alright, here we go. Now Jericho's joining? What a faction! Definitely a dominant force in the WWE. Like I told you, you need more than 2 for a faction. That's just a tag team. And that brings us to 68. 2 more points, Rock. 2 more points. Which brings us to Unforgiven, Los Angeles, California. What fate might befall this brand new faction? Judgment time is upon us. Competition in its purest form. Meeting me was your worst nightmare. That man is... Wait, who am I punching here? Is that Booker T? Why am I fighting the 5-time... When did this happen? Was I... Shucky Ducky, Quack Quack. When did this happen? Alright, cool. That is definitely a huge challenge for the Fiend in Booker T. Or perhaps King Booker. Tonight is our big start. Are you guys going to go for the tag team belts? Please, please. We won't disappoint you. Him. You know what I was thinking? Our faction needs a name. Something that will strike fear into everyone in the WWE. Yep, what do you think? It's your decision. I get to type things now? Wait, I thought I was going to type out the name of this faction, but apparently that didn't happen. So, Backstage is nobody. And in the ring, in the matches, we have Jericho and Steiner going for that IC belt. I like those odds. that is more than a 33.3% chance of winning at Unforgiven. But also Kane's in there. And then me versus Book is non-title. So, alright, sure. Who wins this match? The Rock, still your IC champion. Both Steiner and Jericho failed, and Kane took that pinfall. Well, you win some, you lose some. Now then, the never-ending Guerreros versus World's Greatest Tag Team feud is still happening. And the Guerreros lie, cheat, and steal in that TLC Tornado Tag match. And yes, let's go fight Booker Man. Now, can you dig that? Anyhow, Monday Night Raw from last night was main evented by a 6-man tag team match, which how you open the show with Miz TV, getting that set up. It was Miz and Randy Orton and Morrison versus The New Day and McIntyre, right? But we had and now have named our 5th team member of Team Raw, and it's going to be Matt Riddle, who won a triple threat match, a second chance match between him and Elias and Jeff Hardy, and he is now number 5. So we'll get to that here in a second. But Drew Gulak trying to join the Hurt Business as 24/7 champion, like some kind of an Owen Hart in the Nation, and no, he had a clip-on tie and they beat him down. That was pretty funny. But then R-Truth, after the beatdown, got his belt back. But that was some further shenanigans in this evening. Lana versus Shayna Baszler happened. And obviously, Baszler wins that easily. But they teased the table spot and then didn't do it. Mandy and Dana saved Lana from that spot. But the night was not over there. Now, I will tell you what I'm enjoying greatly on Raw as of late in this build towards the pay-per-view is AJ Styles as the, exasperated dad trying to keep the family together and keep everyone on the same page that nobody respects him is really good. He is playing that part really well, and I'm enjoying him as the captain, but not actually the captain. So that stuff has been excellent, and look at that, Booker T. The Fiend is just too powerful. It's not even for the title. What I want here is the points, Booker. I want them SP points, to get myself a shot, because clearly Steiner and Jericho couldn't get it done versus The Rock. So the Fiend gonna have to do it all by his lonesome. That's what he does. That's what he do. But I gotta get past Booker here first. This is a good warm-up, considering Booker has the bookend and The Rock has the rock bottom. Very similar. So yes, both very good on the microphone. So this is a good matchup here for me to get ready for The Rock and be the IC champion. At least that's the plan here. Oh, he's fiending up. Anyhow, we had a tag team match, Braun and Sheamus versus Lee and Riddle, and that had AJ as the guest ref. And again, just good stuff here. Just really good stuff on that. Liked it a whole lot. So, we had Nikki Cross saying, hey, me or the Fiend? Alexa, choose one. Play with Nikki. And Alexa chose the Fiend, as you might think she would. And at some point, we're going to get Nikki and Alexa in a match. Would not surprise me. That's kind of where I was going, right? Has to be. Has to be. But, Lashley easily took out Titus O'Neil after that disrespect shown to him by the Hurt Business. At this point, everybody who is anybody wants to join the most dominant faction here, the Hurt Business. So there was that whole thing that happened. We had a Asuka versus Nia, and guess who was ringside? Alana. And guess who got her table spot for the 8th week in a row? Lana. So yeah, they teased you, took it away, and then did it later on in the evening. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But yes, of course Asuka should win that match. Now, your 24/7 situation, right? Rope break. There was a 7-man match with Truth for that title. And a whole lot of and new was pretty funny. And also Tucker, who they've done nothing with since he turned on Otis. There was no Otis feud there. None of that. Rope break. And Tucker is now a two-time 24/7 champion. So Tucker got a singles title before Otis. So I guess that's a positive, but man, did he go all the way to nothing, did Tucky. And that was not cool, Booker T. Is this a hardcore match? Because they didn't say it on the thing there, so I don't rightly know. But what I do know is that you get up now, Booker T, because you're going down to the Fiend. That's gonna be all she wrote. At least somebody here in this faction is gonna win a match tonight. Seriously. Unforgiven. The ring is filled with Him's faction again. Celebration, yes. What do we call these bunch of hoodlums, JR? Well, we're not going to call us Slapjack and T-Bar and Mace, that's for sure. Wait. Steiner has the mic. It's always dangerous. Holler if you hear him. Got something to say to you all. I got no sympathy for these people. We decided our faction name. It was him's idea, actually. Alright, what's it gonna be? DX, Out for Revenge, Evolution, more names. The Radicals, the Hooligans, the Power Trip, more names. NWO, Thugonomics, New Age Outlaws, more names. Nation of Domination, Parts Unknown, Ministry of Darkness, The Squad, the MFers, that's Dangerous by Design, The Big Ticket, Rulers of the Ring. Like, okay, I would say we're going to be the Power Trip. And that is the Power Trip. We have been chosen by fate. And we will take this beardness by storm. By force. Remember this moment. The beginning of the revolution. The Power Trip? That's their name? Okay, I guess. Well, that's good news. Will they reign supreme as they are declaring? We already have 2 titles. We're gonna get more. Don't you worry. Meanwhile, backstage, the Fiend walks alone. Who will attack the Fiend? Will it be, Booker T? You brought it on yourself because you're the hardcore champion. But don't worry, I'm gonna take that title. It's mine. And now we're gonna fight Booker T. I was done for the day. Like, what the hell? But speaking of retribution and shut it down, we had Ali taking on Ricochet, and those guys will always put on a great match, so loved that whole thing. And then, of course, your main event was that 6-man tag. And, of course, McIntyre and New Day are going to win that, right? But, oh, right, I forgot. The Asuka and Nia thing. Yes, Asuka won, but it was a DQ because of Baszler, so not a clean victory there. Anyway, the whole story in the main event was that Randy Orton refused to tag in and refused to deal with, what's-his-face, McIntyre, right? So he wanted no part of Drew, because Drew, I should mention, has a title match next week. So will we see, as we've seen in the past when they've had Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head, a last-minute title change before the pay-per-view? Could happen. It's happened before. So that and the tag team belts are also on the line as New Day faces the Hurt Business next week. So perhaps a last-minute change of titles could happen on the go-home show. So we could still see McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. That could happen. But, you know, that's Raw next week. That's why you tune in next week. That's kind of the whole point. We're on the concrete, and I'm taking you down. And that's going to be all she wrote. Book of Pin!
1,
a 2, a 3. That's right. And still, you're a hardcore champion. And that, I do believe, I do declare, puts me at 70. Which means, hey, Mr. Bischoff, I need a shot at The Rock. But that will have to wait until tomorrow. I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.